Hamza, unfortunately, we're out of the FA Trophy. What were your thoughts on the performance as a whole?
A bit of mixed emotions. We've come in, obviously we prepared well. We really wanted to go on the run and have some trophy, a run in the FA Trophy. But the game started, we didn't start the best way, but really odd start to the game. We scored a clean, valid goal. Strange goals that they have here. Bounces off the wheel inside the goal. Referee seems to think he bounces off the post. They go on the counter from that, gain a bit of momentum, and after it's just sloppy from us. We had 20-30 minutes of being sloppy, not really respecting the game, playing in the wrong areas, and we paid cash. And once we went 2-0 down, again we gave ourselves a momentum to climb.
Why do you think we didn't react as positively as we normally do? Obviously we've been in situations where we've gone behind, but this time it just felt a little bit different, didn't it?
I think obviously there was the impact of the switch of emotions, obviously I've just mentioned, but also we have to understand that we have to earn the right. And it's not every team we're going to play against that we're just going to turn up and win, and we shouldn't think like that, because that's not respecting football. We've done well so far this season, but there's quite a few games where we didn't play as well as we should have done, or started as well as should have done, and took the lead, then after went on to build momentum. And in games like today, where you've got a quality side in front of you and punish you as soon as you make a mistake, this is going to happen. And after it's harder to get in the game. They defended well, they've made the most of the mistake we've made, and we can't give a lead to anybody.
Obviously Leek attack quickly and in numbers and in them sort of spaces. How did you find playing against them?
I thought we created our own problems. They had quality and they did. The way they shaped and the way they set up to counter us, they did it really well. And I think that for 10-20 minutes we kind of tried to figure out, but the management spotted that and changed it. The only thing is we create our own problems, and like I said, we've got to do the right things and start games well, which we have in the past, but we cannot gift teams with quality sloppy set of plays like we did today and just let them go on the counter with 4 or 5 men against 2 or 3.
Obviously we're still in the Sheffield and Hampshire Senior Cup, but now we're out of the big two, which is the FA Trophy and the FA Cup. How would you reflect on sort of both of the journeys in them competitions?
I mean, we've done ourselves proud. I think we've really had a go. We had a lot of games. Obviously we've seen today we're missing quite a few key players with injuries, and everybody who's played has done really well to play their part. In the past I've had joy in the cup, but at the same time it does take your mind off the league, and as much as it is great, and I think we've done ourselves proud, we went to teams leagues above, won, had some great performances, moments with the fans. I wanted to go as far as possible, but at the same time I know this could be a blessing in disguise, where we can concentrate on the league, learn from our mistakes in the cup, and that could be a big turn for us to go on the run in the league.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you've got to be proud, because obviously in the FA Cup, our best run in 18 years, in the FA Trophy our best in 9. But as you mentioned, when you have mistakes like we have today, how important is it to not dwell on them and just get switch straight back into league action now?
Massive. Well, this is the important. This is what's good in football, is when mistakes like that happen, you learn from them and you rectify them. If you don't, then you deserve to lose football games, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn from them, and this is going to be good lessons for us to be able to cut them out and go into the league and not duplicate them. So again, a blessing in disguise. We've got to learn from them. We've got to move on. We've got a game on Tuesday, a long trip, and we've got to focus on that now, which is still loads to play this season.
Obviously today we're the start of that 5-week period where we've got a lot of games in that short space amount of time. How are you preparing for that, and how are the squad approaching it?
We've got to live right. I mean, we've got a set of lads that, even no matter what level you are, you've got to live right, and our lads are professionals. They look after themselves on and off when we're at the ground, and we've got a good squad, plenty of players, everybody would play parts, and I don't think this will be a problem. We just got to go and gain as many points as we want. We've got a few games in hands, so this is a perfect run to put ourselves in a good position in the league.
finally, what are your thoughts going into Tuesday night? Obviously Shildon last season, a playoff hopeful, finished in there, lost out in the semi-finals. This year not had the best of starts, had a complete change of management and side, a bit of an unknown entity to a lot of the lads as well. What are your thoughts going into it?
You can't look at it, you can't look too much into anything. League positions, a lot of changes. People play loads of games, some people play less, some people missing play. Loads of things can change. It's still the start of the season. We've just got to approach every game properly. Like I said today, learn from our mistakes. We are the only ones that are playing against us, and I think on the day, if we do the right things and play to our level, nobody should give us a problem, and we need to do that week in, week out.